The Nintendo Switch 2 is shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated console releases, and developers are beginning to adjust their plans accordingly. As we move closer to its official reveal, more details are emerging about the games that could be coming to the platform. Today, we're diving into some major updates on key titles that many of you are excited to play. First, let's talk about Capcom's Monster Hunter Wilds and whether it will be available on the Nintendo Switch 2. In a recent interview with Game Reactor, producer Ryoso Sugimoto addressed the possibility of the game coming to Nintendo's next-gen system. While he didn't confirm anything beyond the currently announced platforms, he did acknowledge that the team would need to take their time to fully understand the new hardware and how best to utilize it. This statement is more optimistic compared to past discussions about bringing Monster Hunter World to the original Switch, which ultimately resulted in Monster Hunter Rise being developed instead. Given the success of Monster Hunter Rise on the Nintendo Switch, with over 10 million copies sold, it's clear that Capcom recognizes the potential of the Nintendo ecosystem, especially in Japan. It's likely that Capcom is keeping details under wraps, but their history with Nintendo suggests they've been aware of the Switch 2's hardware for quite some time. In fact, Capcom previously worked closely with Nintendo when developing Monster Hunter Rise, even advising them to include more RAM in the original Switch to better support the game. Considering this, it's safe to assume that Capcom has been involved with the Switch 2's development in some capacity and is already evaluating how their upcoming titles can be optimized for the system. While it remains to be seen whether Monster Hunter Wilds will be directly ported or if Capcom will develop a new Monster Hunter title specifically for the Switch 2, it's clear that they recognize the importance of the platform. The potential for a fully optimized Monster Hunter experience on the new hardware is exciting, and we may hear more about it within the next year. With Nintendo rumored to hold a major event on April 2nd to showcase the Switch 2, there's a good chance we'll get some significant announcements about upcoming games. Another major game that has been making headlines regarding its potential arrival on the Nintendo Switch 2 is Grand Theft Auto 6. Rockstar Games has already confirmed that the game will launch on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S in 2025, but the big question remains: will it also come to Nintendo's next console? While Rockstar has yet to make any official statements about a Switch 2 version, recent industry speculation suggests that the possibility shouldn't be ruled out entirely. One of the strongest arguments for GTA 6 on the Switch 2 is the reported power of Nintendo's new system. Multiple sources, including developers who have had access to the hardware, claim that the Switch 2 is significantly more powerful than its predecessor and could potentially support high-end third-party titles with some level of optimization. If the rumored specs are accurate, such as support for DLSS upscaling and ray tracing, it's possible that Rockstar could develop a custom version of GTA 6 for the platform, similar to how they handled past releases for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Additionally, Rockstar has shown increasing interest in bringing its major titles to Nintendo platforms in recent years. The Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition was released on the Switch, and while its performance was not ideal, it demonstrated that Rockstar is willing to experiment with Nintendo's audience. If the Switch 2 is powerful enough to handle a downgraded but still visually impressive version of GTA 6, we could see Rockstar make the move to include Nintendo in its launch plans, perhaps not on day one, but later down the line. Nintendo fans should keep an eye on how Rockstar handles future announcements regarding GTA 6. The game is already confirmed for a 2025 release, but Rockstar could reveal more about additional platforms later, especially once the Switch 2 is officially unveiled. If Rockstar decides to bring the game to Nintendo's platform, it would mark a huge milestone in the company's relationship with Nintendo and further solidify the Switch 2 as a true next-generation console capable of handling blockbuster third-party titles.